Hello, my beautiful ones. Welcome to Soul Awareness. My name is Jane and I do readings all week. Messages from Source Energy to you to give you a leg up on life, to make you think of things, maybe in a way that you kind of hear. You know, you're walking through life and you hear stuff, but you're thinking to yourself, you sweep it under the carpet, or you get busy with life and you don't really listen to yourself. You ever done that? I have. You're just walking around, you're going, what if, I could take a moment and get back to the elemental of things, like this card says. Go back to all the energy that the planet has to offer. And then somebody calls you or you get stuck on something and that all disappears. Well, this is your indulgent moment of taking a moment to really think of these things while I speak to you through Source Energy. Okay, so here we go. I do these all week, so if you're interested, I will put a link here with a playlist that you can watch. The first card that came out is called Making Waves, and it says momentum is building. It's your time achievement. More than that, though, it's the making waves. The picture kind of makes you feel it, right? It's like you're opening a gateway or some kind of portal into something that's really important to you. It's opening up to things. I feel that recently, as a light worker and a fellow human being who goes through different things, I feel that I'm slowly moving through one of these portals. It's like the crack of light through a door. You see the light coming in and you can't quite make out what's back there. It's bright, it's sunny, it's beautiful, and you'd love to open the door, but it's not quite there yet. But you are definitely moving in that direction. You feel things. But it does feel like the old life is kind of always pulling at you. And I feel that very much. I felt those with these cards coming in. You have the Nine of Swords, mental conflict, and the Devil, boundaries. And it's true. But it's coming. What's coming is the transformation and the freedom. You have the key, though. I know, like positively 100%, that these things will arrive when it's time, when I'm ready, when I do the work and I walk through the door myself. It's nothing that's stopping me outside of myself, let's just say. It's cut the cords of doubt. It's a lot of embracing different kinds of energies to get to where you need to go. That's all I'm saying. Now, this will be dropping on the last video of the week, which is usually Friday. Unless you're a member, then you have an extra one on Saturday. But I think it's one of the most important parts. And I have to tell you, right before I turned on the camera, I didn't really know I was going to be saying this part here. It's very interesting because usually I have like a rock. I see all these little pebbles in the distance, and I know that I'm going to jump from one to the other, and I let Source Energy guide me through the explanations. But today I wasn't aware that this was going to be what it is. It's kind of interesting. And it keeps it fresh, let's just say, right? You're making waves. You're opening a portal. I'm opening a portal. We're seeing things. If you're like me, you know exactly how this resonates with you. It's almost like getting glimpses of what your life or what you would like it to be like. You know what I mean? The way you would like to think and act and be and feel all the time. It's like getting little flashes of intuition of that coming in. Every once in a while you go, I've got it. And then it kind of dissipates. And it's not a bad thing. You know that it's coming. You know that every step you take, you're getting closer to it. You're just not completely sure of when it's going to be. So I'm going to talk about this a little bit because I'm hearing from them that even when you feel you've got it, you may not still have it all, if you know what I mean. And it's not because you're not meant to have it all, it's just meant that you'll always be learning and moving forward. But where you're going, if you're truly on this path of self-discovery and love and acceptance and all of that, you're going to get to a point, or you're at least aspiring to get to a point where you're going, I can see most of the picture. I've got the door almost half open or 3/4 open, and you're going, I see it now. I see the puzzle image, the stuff I've been trying to put together. And that's going to feel really good. But you have to keep persevering. Honestly, this is not easy to open this portal. The kind of magic that she's creating right now to make this portal, I can feel the resistance in it. The resistance is coming from her. I feel like if I were to put myself in this picture as somebody who's trying to open a portal, it would be about doing the right movements, about saying the right words, right? Abracadabra, portal open or something. And I feel that you have some of it, but some of it you don't. The biggest one that is holding you back and bringing on stress that I am even feeling right now, and I said that I wanted to get all the videos done because I feel a lot of bunched up energy, is the anticipation and the expectation. Anticipation less. Anticipation is fun. Anticipation is like, oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait. Like in a relationship, where's it going to go? How's that first kiss going to feel, right? We can remember. Some of us can remember that far back, sometimes. And then there's that expectation. You can see the sliver of light through the door and that expectation of what's going to be on the other side. It's going to be fabulous, it's going to be fantastic, but what if it isn't? It is a strange thing for the human mind to always want to try to control every single situation that it comes in contact with. As soon as we see the magic or the beauty in it, we immediately go to how can I hold on to that, right? How can I hold on to that sliver of light that's shining through the door? Instead of just fully enjoying it, we shut it down right away by putting an expectation of what else there might be, how else it might feel, instead of really basking in the moment or the little insight that comes in. So the next card that comes in for Elder Salmon is keep going. The salmon as well, they go upstream, right? They're fighting the currents to get up. And they go there to, to spawn, yeah, I think. Anyway, to make babies. And you know what? That's creation. That's giving birth to something. And if there's any card that really shows, I mean, everything. This one speaks so much. Because this one is like endurance, perseverance, go, go, go. 35, number 8. Doing really precise and quality work to meet your objectives. Okay? Keep going. If expectations are really hurting you, the best thing that you can do is work at something every day and do it well. Not do it fast, do it well. Okay? In other words, work on those things one by one and give it all of your energy and attention. If I were to choose words for 2025 for me, because I know people do that all the time, I had thought dedication. But along with that, I feel that the words present, being present in the right now, or the right now, present moment, right now, those words all apply in that dedication. When you're working diligently on something, you have to give it your full attention. Correct? Yes, you do. You have to look at it, you have to pay attention to what you're doing, or you may be forced to do it again. You can't write an introduction to something without putting your full attention into it. You can't be cleaning something without really, paying attention to what you're cleaning or what you're using to clean it. Anything that you do in the present moment that you have to accomplish, you have to give it your full attention. And I think that that's what you should be doing, instead of building up expectations and then feeling like you're failing if it's not a complete circle, the portal's not quite opening, or the door can't open enough. Just keep going and doing the work. The expectation of it is the thing, and the boundary is the boundary that you're hitting right here. It's the one that's kind of causing you the hold up and the screw up, if you know what I mean. You don't think it is, but your mind skips to when I get there, and you're transported into future thoughts and future in the past. They're the biggest tripping points for getting anything done. Because immediately when you think of the future, you think of reaching the goal or doing the thing, or how is it going to be, and it's going to be hard, and then your mind just goes and goes and goes. I know mine does anyway, and it's very, very interesting. It's an interesting dynamic on how the mind just works sometimes totally against you. But don't be too hard on yourself, because we as people get trained that way from birth, right? It's reach here, you walk, you crawl, or it's like you turn over, now you got to crawl. You crawl, now you got to walk. You walk, now you got to potty. It's always like you're always on to the next thing. We live in that type. And those challenges are wonderful in some ways, because they challenge us to be more than ourselves. But I feel that the attention we give to next sometimes really takes away from the accomplishments and the pause that we need to redirect what we are doing next. We kind of just jump on one horse from the other. We never get off the horse and walk around for a minute. And I think that's the problem. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Like you, I struggled through these things. Okay. But the best thing to do, why they say, I've seen some channels where people say to help with their depression, they clean. Because it stops them from having that mental thing that happens for any kind of mental, conflicts that happen, the Nine of Swords. They start doing the manual, the stuff, I'm gonna clean this table, and then it's gonna look nice. I feel like I've accomplished something. Not only that, it moves the energies in the body, it moves the lymph nodes, it gets all the juices flowing, and it produces different, I was gonna say enzymes, but it's probably wrong. It produces different things in the body to help you move, right? It helps move the thoughts, moves the liquids, and changes. In French, we used to say changer le mal de place, and it means change the hurt from one place to another. And it's just by moving, changing the scenery, going for a walk, getting to work. That's what I'm getting to. Get to work. Get to work on the things you want. Don't be held up so much on what's happening or what it looks like. You can be excited and you can have some anticipation with a smile, but a peaceful anticipation, not one that ends up being expectation. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when I get there? It's whatever happens, happens when you get there. So let's move on to the next one in no particular order. Let's take a look at the Ace of Wands, and it says new adventures. I like that. Just look at life every day as a new adventure. Okay? Again, be excited and passionate about where you're going without too much expectation. It says get back to the elemental here with that, and that's what I feel. This is fire, right? Passion. I'm passionate about this. It feels good. It's great. If you look at the other elements, which is water, the cup, my heart is open. I feel open to receive the blessings that come to me. That's another one. The Ace of Pentacles, I'm ready to plant this sumptuous seed and watch it grow through the seasons. And the swords, the air, I am doing a breakthrough and really focused on what I'm trying to get done. That's the magic of the elemental energies that are out there. And these exist with us all the time. Okay? All right. So, the element, let's put that here. And we'll leave that here because they're talking about magic, and the wand is always like, the wand is the one that we associate to magic, right? The magic wand, abracadabra. The elements in most magic circles are earth, fire, air, water, and spirit, and these elements create all matter in life. It's time to break things down into their simplest elements and to get back to your roots. What are the basics of what you're building? If you're a seasoned creator, what was your original plan, your original dream? There's a likelihood that you've grown since you began your journey. It may be time to shift your plans so that they make more sense to you now. Get back to the basics of exploring the world like a child and seeing things anew. Fresh eyes will offer you a fresh perspective. And when you break things down into their most basic parts, you can put them back together again in novel ways. Okay, before I keep going, because I feel like the Page of Cups is talking here, okay? Playfulness. This is a childlike energy. And the other thing that was coming in while I'm reading from a book is, I'm going to say it, I really dislike that because I feel like I lose part of the conversation. But I can't control how it comes in. Is that a child, when you're doing things as a child, you don't have that expectation that we have with everything else. We don't. We really don't. It's just from one moment to the next, isn't it? As a play, you're playing, you're sitting on the ground playing with, building castles or dump trucks, dumping loads of sand. I used to play with trucks too. Or, whatever you're doing outside. It was never, how's this going to look? What's going to happen? There was no major blueprint or big plans happening. You were just doing something that made you feel good. And you enjoyed the present moment. Very important. Okay, very, very, very important. I just realized that the cup was here with the love. Interesting. Okay, let's go back. Take another look at what you're already doing and what you've already done, and take special notice of the magic that you already have access to. It may be time to cut any extra drama, networking, extracurriculars that are 100% aligned with your basics. Call in the elements as you get back to your own kind of elemental. What quintessential desire runs through everything that you do, and what always remains the same? Now, there's a question you can answer in the comment section. When you think of magic available to you in fire, water, earth, air, and spirit, what comes up for you under each element? Write a list. When it's done, can you see how your list could help you understand your next steps? Which is very interesting. Very interesting. I might do this one. Yeah, I might do this one. How could elemental energies inspire you? How could you bring more fire into your life, or air, water, and earth? I love this. Okay? Go back to basics. Go back to a less honestly, I feel it's a less complicated way. Go back to when you were a kid. Remember how much fun it was to maybe play by yourself or play with others at games that brought you happiness and joy. So I'm going to put these up here just for a moment to talk about them, okay? You have the Nine of Swords, which is mental conflict, and that is something that we constantly fight with through our lifetimes, okay? Even when things are going well, we can end up sabotaging things by just overcomplicating them, putting expectations on them. I know I've done it over and over again. I still do it. Okay, so don't feel bad if you're doing it. It's something that you have to work at. It's something that you have to work at and try to improve. To me, I feel that when I'm able to control that, and there's that word again, when I'm able to better, I don't know, be in the present moment. Let's do it that way. See, I'm learning. That sliver of light, that door where I see the light, will probably crack open a little more. Okay? I like this. You see the devil being stuck. Okay? Look at that person being stuck. And then you have like this owl with an open door of a cage. It is almost saying that the wisdom is right there being shown to you. In other words, you see it, right? You see that the door is open for you to break free. But somehow it feels like you're overcomplicating it by jumping into a vortex when all you really need is to just fly away. It's an interesting way of putting it. It's an interesting way of looking at it. I really wish I had a magic wand to help you get through all of that. Myself, I think that maybe the journey of working at that is probably some really great skills and tools that you can end up that can be very positive, a positive step forward in life. Let's just call it that. Okay. The other thing we're going to talk about after this is cutting the cords of doubt. You see that this flying bird has cords right there. The thing about expectations and thoughts is that if we've had experiences in the past that were really, really difficult or didn't end up the way we anticipated them to be, when things don't work out, we start feeling like we have somehow failed and things didn't go our way or didn't happen the way we wanted them to. And we file that in our brain as, uh-oh, that didn't work out. That means I can fail at anything, anytime. There's no guarantees. What does that mean? And doubt starts to creep in. And suddenly the only thing that starts to matter is the end goal, or what it's going to look like, or what you imagine it looks like at the other end. Gone is the excitement of working on something that you really enjoy. Gone is the excitement and the happiness of the present moment. All you live for is to reach the other end. Doubt can taint the most beautiful of circumstances or change a trajectory by keeping it unnaturally constrained, right? The control thing, right? Well, if I don't fly, I won't crash, right? If I just work in this area without going too far, well, I can only fail in this area, right? right? It can be an incessant tether, and it may be getting in the way of something you have been thinking about doing. This card is a wonderful sign to take a risk on your brilliance. It assures a journey of success and freedom, and it whispers of pure potential when you embrace your true nature. Your desire, your essence is like a phoenix rising from the constraint of its old form, or like an angel rising up to the heavens. When you let go of your anchors and are unbound by the gravity of fear, you will easily see which shackles, habits, or beliefs need to be released first. What is weighing you down, Creator Love? Ah, there it is. What is weighing you down, Creator Love? It's time to let go and release sadness or anger, guilt or shame, and to exhale doubt and inhale love. Spread your wings and glide home, because the whole of the universe supports this radiant rising of your spectacular spirit. So it says here, this card shows a phoenix rising from the constraints of the old form, an angel rising up to the heavens, or a fey creature who is not bound by the gravity of doubt. What do you see? And when you get its bird's eye view of your shackles and see exactly which areas of life weigh you down, which cord needs to be cut first? Also, very good to write anything like that down if you're getting a certain feeling from this reading as I am doing it. Okay? So, let's take a look at this love card. Okay? Let's take a look at this love card and see what it has to say. This is at the end of the book, which I absolutely love. Love. Let's see. When we think about love, we often think of our love for others. Our first thought of love is rarely self-love, yet this is the most essential. Love yourself for everything you have been, everything you are, and all that you're to become. Imperfection, it's its own kind of beauty. Love yourself enough to take chances. There you go. Take chances, to fear failure a little less, and to find peace in the possibility that even the best laid plans may not turn out exactly as you imagined. Love yourself enough to stop constantly comparing yourself to others, and to find an end to negative self-talk that spreads through your veins like poison. Realize that your beauty, both inside and out, is absolute, and that no one ever has been, nor ever will be, the unique being that is you. The greater you allow self-love, the greater your capacity to love those around you. My light is acceptance, and there it is. This is for this card, and this is the word that came in, the other card. Acceptance, embrace, beauty, unconditional. I love that. I love that. So let's go to acceptance. Let's go see what acceptance has to say. I'm going to say this before I read this for acceptance. I've been seeing this sign a lot in the last couple of days, and it talks about accepting life the way it comes at you. Okay? Just accept whatever comes. Without an agenda, without a reaction sometimes to it. Observe it first, and then have a reaction. It's not saying don't react to things, but take a tick, take a moment to see if anything in there, if there's more than one way of looking at things, if there's more interesting ways to deal with life as it comes at you than just reaction and expectation. The appearance of the cherry blossom signifies the end of one season and heralds the beginning of another. The blooms bring you an important reminder to appreciate each moment you are in, understanding that nothing lasts forever. every moment is a new opportunity to make changes, to commit to a certain course of action, and to hold love in your heart. And the love card is coming in. Okay? They touch each other. They touch each other, these cards. Reside deep in the moment. Drink it all in, the feelings, the smells, the tastes, the sounds. Be in the present moment. Yeah. As each cycle draws to a close, rest assured in the knowledge that you've made the most of every opportunity. The seed that you're planting, the heart that you're opening, the passion that you're embracing. Okay? The focus that you're giving. When the day is over and the light begins to fade, ask yourself, did I live today as if it were my last? If the answer is yes, then you can rest assured in the knowledge that you've spent your time well. If the answer is no, remember that every moment brings with it a new opportunity not to be wasted. Use this knowledge not as punishment, but as an impetus to seize every sunrise with a renewed sense of optimism for what is to come. Recognize, appreciate, acknowledge. As the sun sets on this moment of my life, I give thanks and look towards the dawning of tomorrow with renewed optimism for what lies before me, not anxious expectation. Renewed optimism. Okay? So, know that nothing remains the same forever. The best thing that you can do is just work at whatever I'm going to leave the love card up here. Work at whatever you are trying to figure out in your life. And just like that, this beautiful reading is done. I hope that you got a lot from it. I did. I always do when I do these. Share it with someone you may think might be in need of such words. Someone you know that may be stressed out, that is always anticipating and expecting life, from moment to moment to the end goal, puts a lot of stress on themselves, that might need this message. And I would appreciate it as a content creator, as a spiritual innovator, to have your support in this way. I'm looking to build this channel again. It has stalled a little bit over the years, and I think it's time that we take a moment to just let these things happen. And if some of you have places that will reach eyes and ears and souls, I forever thank you for doing this thing for me. I appreciate it. Over here, there will be an icon with Life Path Number Tarot. These are videos that I post weekly for your Life Path Number. The first video on the page explains all of what that is. And over here will be a playlist of other videos you might like, such as this one, that are very similar to it. Thank you so much. Have a great end of week, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.